Hello class, this is again Sir Dino Reyes for another lecture video of our new topic in business marketing. Our topic for today is marketing strategy. At the end of this topic, you should be able to design a SWOT analysis of your own business, and then you should be able to construct a marketing strategy for a business of your choice. So let us now proceed with our discussion. First, let us try to define marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is a long-term, forward-looking approach and an overall game plan of any organization or any business with the fundamental goal of achieving a sustainable competitive advantage by understanding the needs and wants of customers. So basically, pag sinabi natin marketing strategy, this is the plan of action of a business or organization so that they may be able to achieve the goals of its organization. The purpose of strategic planning. Strategic planning is designed to provide an organization, its division, departments, or even individual players with a game plan or roadmap to achieve specific goals and objectives. We have to remember, in an organization, it has different departments with different functions. Strategic planning identifies internal and external effects and opportunities to consider in the creation of strategies and tactics. From a marketing standpoint, strategic planning might help to identify new market opportunities as well as new competitive levels. So that's how important strategic planning is. It is not just about the internal activities of an organization, but also the external activities of the organization, which could affect the operation of its organization or of its business. So from the strategic planning, the organization will be able to see also or to identify some market opportunities as well as kung sino yung mga competition nila or competitors nila and its levels. What about the planning process? Ano ba yung tinatawag natin na planning process or proseso ng pagpaplano? Ang planning process, this is a number of steps that are involved in any strategic planning process, including a strategic marketing planning process. So kasama yun dun sa planning process natin, yung paggawa natin mismo ng ating strategy in order for us to be able to achieve our goal. This include identifying the overall planning goal. As we have mentioned a while ago, there are different departments with different function in an organization and they also have their own goal. But this time, we have to identify the overall planning goal of the organization and then selecting team participants. So actually, this is one function of management, which is identifying the participants in an organization. And then, ang tinatawag natin itong staffing and management. Then gathering data related to internal and external environment. So later on, we will be discussing ano ba yung internal, ano ba yung external environment. That's why in business, we have the micro and macro environment. So, conducting a SWOT analysis kasama yon doon sa internal and external. Developing specific objectives, creating strategies and tactics, and designing a measurement and reporting process. In many organizations, the overall strategic plan provides direction for the creation of sub-plans, including a strategic marketing plan. So those are the things that are involved in the marketing process or planning process, should I say. Okay, the components of a strategic marketing plan include goal, objectives, strategies, and tactics. When we say goals, these are broad and it provides general direction in terms of what the marketing organization would like to achieve. Ito yung pinaka-broad broad na parang phrase siya na kung saan nandun kung ano ba talaga ang gustong ma-achieve ng isang organization. For example, ang goal niya is to increase market share. So that is going to be broad. Pero pag naging specific na, we call it objectives. Objectives are tied to goals and sabi nga it provides more specific, measurable outcomes. Kung ang halimbawa natin kanina is is to increase market share. Sa goal, pwede natin gawin siyang objectives. Halimbawa, increase market share in a specific geographic location, for example, or geographic area for a specific product. Hindi ba? Halimbawa, gusto natin mag-increase ng market share sa Lagawe. No, halimbawa, marami tayong products, mamimili tayo ng product na gusto natin na mag-increase ang market share natin in a specific location. So, para mas maging specific siya, magiging objective na. So, by a certain amount or by a specific date, syempre, kailangan meron ding amount kung magkano yung gusto natin na profit in that particular area, and then yung timeline niya. Halimbawa, by the end of December, kailangan ganito na yung market share natin. So, that becomes an objective. So, yan ang difference ng goals and objective. Goals are more broad or broader, should I say, than the objective. Kasi ang objectives niya is specific. Okay? Okay, these strategies and tactics naman indicate how goals and objectives will be met. So, makikita dito kung paano mamimit yung goals and objectives na tina-target ng isang organization. Pag i-compare natin ang strategies and tactics naman, ang strategies are broad and tactics is more specific. For example, ng strategy, implement a social media strategy. So, yun ang plan natin is to implement a social media strategy. Yun ang strategy. Paano siya nagiging tactic? Kasi sabi nga natin kanina, it is more specific. So, paano natin gagawin itong social media strategy na magiging specific? So, you have to set up, for example, set up a Twitter account or establish a YouTube channel. So, that is going to be specific, or Facebook account or TikTok account, something like that. So, mas specific ang tactic compared to strategy. Okay, of course, maganda na may plano tayo, but we have to make sure that it is measurable. Ibig sabihin, attainable naman yung mga plano ng ating ginagawa. It is enough to plan. A plan must include some form of measurement and a process of monitoring and reviewing results. So, para alam natin na namimit naman yung mga plano na ating in-establish. An overall strategic plan might outline broad objectives for marketing. The marketing plan would detail more specific objectives for the marketing department to monitor and report on. Kasi doon sa mga marketing strategy natin, pwede kasi tayong gumawa ng marketing strategy which is broad. Pero, syempre, yung marketing department naman has to make an activity or activities that will achieve this marketing strategy na measurable and attainable. So, the results achieved, whether they fall short or exceed expectations. So, makikita natin from the measurement kung hindi natin achieve, nag-fall short tayo, or nag-exceed pa dun sa ating plinano. It provides input used to consider changes or adjustment in the plan. So, of course, kung fall short, pwede natin i-consider na pwede natin palitan yung plano or pwede natin i-adjust, di ba? Ongoing measurement and reporting can help to ensure the strategic plan continues to achieve measurable results. Ito yung sabi natin kanina. That's what we are talking about a while ago, that the plan should be measurable through the activities of the marketing department. Di ba? So, yun. That's the importance of or the important role of measurement. Okay, in every organization, always hear vision and mission. Laging meron yan kasi in every organization, because they need a direction and also some of the activities that they need to undertake in order for them to achieve the objectives or be able to go to the path where they want to go. O, diba? Kaya tinatawag natin direction. So, ang mission na sasabi natin is, the mission statement is not a strategic objective, but rather the basis on which the strategic objectives and strategic plan are developed. This ensures that the startup's goal derive from the basis on which the company was founded. So, in short, this is basically the organization's purpose, what it wants to accomplish in the larger environment. Okay. Kasama sa ating marketing strategy is also to consider the BCG Matrix. Ano ba tinatawag natin na BCG Matrix? The BCG Matrix is also known as Boston Consulting Group's Product Matrix. Yan, ang tawag sa kanya yung buo niya, yung acronym na BCG Matrix. It is designed to help with long-term strategic planning, to help a business consider growth opportunities by reviewing its portfolio of products, to decide where to invest, to discontinue or develop products. So it is also known as the growth share matrix. So itong BCG Matrix is for long-term strategic plan wherein it can help to identify or to determine whether to continue or discontinue the business or the product that they are selling, and also the portfolio of products or the lineup of products that they are selling. So BCG Matrix. In the BCG Matrix, it is divided into 4 quadrants based on an analysis of market growth and relative market share as shown in the diagram. Okay, we have 4. Number 1 is dogs. Number 2 is question marks or problem child. Number 3 is stars. And number 4 is cash cows. Ano yung difference yan? Apat na yan. Pag sinabi natin dogs, these are products with low growth or market share. Ito yung produkto ng isang organization na hindi masyadong bumabenta or masyadong konti ang market share niya. Konti lang yung bumibili niyan. And then, pangalawa is the question marks or problem child. Ano yan? These are products in high growth markets with low market share. Ito yung klase ng product na mataas naman ang growth niya. Ibig sabihin, marami Number 3, stars. Products in high growth markets, market share. So, ito naman yung products na mataas ang market, pero mataas din ang market share. So, stars talaga siya kasi maraming mamimili, marami din ang bumibili. Maraming customers at maraming bumibili ng product. And then cash cows naman, products in low growth market shares with high market share. Ito yung cash cows naman, ito naman yung kakaunti ang mamimili. Kasi di ba ang market naman depende yan sa place. Pwede kakaunti yung population. So ang tendency kapag konti ang population, maliit din lang yung ating maliit din lang yung mamimili or customers. Pero ang cash cows kasi malaki ang market share. Ibig sabihin, if you will try to see it on the statistics side, from that population, number of population, marami doon ang bumibili ng product. That's why we call it as cash cows. How to use the BCG Matrix? To apply the BCG Matrix, you can think of it as showing a portfolio or product or services. So it tends to be more relevant to bigger or to larger businesses with multiple services and markets. So ibig sabihin, ito yung hindi lang naman isang klase ng product ang binibenta. Siguro may mga other services pa silang ino-offer sa market. However, marketers in smaller businesses can use similar portfolio thinking to their products or services to boost leads and sales. So, hindi masyado kasi ito sa ang BCG Matrix, not much on the smaller business kasi syempre, kung isa lang naman yung product mo, so iniisip mo lang kung paano mo siya mabebenta or paano siya mag-i-increase ng sales. Unlike for larger businesses na it has many product lines, for example, or mga businesses or mga services na ino-offer, so kailangan mo ng BCG Matrix. Okay, usually kapag ang product mo is under dog products, di ba? Ang pa natin sa dog products, ito yung hindi masyadong bumibenta na produkto kasi mababa ang market, and then the market share also is mababa. So, usually, the usual marketing advice here is to aim that has to be aimed by an organization is to remove any dogs from your product portfolio as they are drained on resources. So meaning to say, kung alam mo nasa yung product mo is nandun, under dun sa dogs na quadrant, might as well natanggalin mo na lang siya. Diba? Kasi parang nakaka-drain siya ng resources, sayang naman yung kwan mo, sayang naman mga financial resources and even human resources na nagkikreate ng product na yun na hindi naman siya bumibenta. However, this can be an overall simplification since it's possible to generate ongoing revenue with little cost. So, though, yung ko naman natin, meron din naman kasi yung mga product na nag-generate siya even if konti lang yung tawag dito. Little cost lang, ibig sabihin yung expenses mo konti lang nagastos mo and yet nakakapag-generate ka ng isang product. But basically kasi kapag dog products, hindi na siya bumibenta. Kung meron ka pa naman ibang products in your product portfolio, might as well natanggalin mo na lang yung product na hindi bumibenta. So, yun. Doon naman sa question mark products, as the name suggests, it's known if they will become a star or drop into the dog quadrant. So, hindi natin ma-identify kasi parang ganun-ganun kapag question mark products. These products often require significant investment to push them into the star quadrant. The challenge is that a lot of investment may be required to get a return. So, kailangan mo pang maraming investment para lang siguro makakuha ng ROI or return of investment. For example, yung Rovio, creators of the very successful Angry Bird, has developed many other games you may not have heard of. Ibig sabihin, bago pa sumikat yung Angry Bird na yan, marami na siyang na-invest from other games na hindi naman sumikat. Ibig sabihin, before pa siya naging star product, di ba, gumastos na siya ng pagkarami-rami kasi marami na siyang dinevelop na game na hindi natin pa alam kasi hindi naman siya sumikat. So, ibig sabihin, marami siyang nagastos before niya na-achieve yung isang star product, which is yung Angry game nga. Okay, yung star products naman, it can be the market leader through though require ongoing investment to sustain. Siyempre, kailangan mo rin ng investment dyan para sustain mo yung pagiging mabili or pagiging star ng isang product. They generate more ROI or return on investment than other product categories. So, malaki yung kinikita kapag star products. Okay, yung last naman, yung doon sa quadrant is the cash cow product. So, basically, ito yung mga product na na-establish na talaga na kahit anong gawin mo, hindi na siya mawawala. Actually, in the cash cow products, the simple rule is to milk these products as much as possible without killing the cow. So, yun, talagang siya na, ang tawag dito, talagang ito yung product na established na hindi na mawawala talaga at talagang malaki yung benta niya, parang ganyan. So, yun. In this matrix, successful leaders understand that if their organization is to grow in the long term, they can't stick with this business as usual mindset, di ba? Even when things are going well, they need to find new ways to create or to increase profits and reach new customers. Hindi porke kumikita ngayon yung product, kampante na sila, complacent na sila. So, hindi pwede yung mindset na business as usual, di ba? Maghahanap sila ng paraan in order to increase profits and maka-reach sa mga bagong customers. There are numerous options available such as developing new products or opening up new markets. But how do you know which one will work best for your organization? So, yan yung mga options na pwede nila na consider para mag-increase or mag-generate ng more funds is to create or develop new products or to open new markets. This is where you can use an approach like the Unsolved Matrix to think about the potential risks of each option and to help you devise the most suitable plan for your situation. Ang Unsolved Matrix naman, it was developed by Igor Unsolved and first published in the Harvard Business Review in 1957 in an article titled Strategies for Diversification. It has given generations of marketers and business leaders a quick and simple way to think about the risk of growth. The matrix shows 4 strategies you can use to grow. It also helps you analyze the risk associated with each one. The idea is that each time you move into a new quadrant, risk increases. It's either horizontally or vertically, meron siyang risk. Okay, let's try to examine naman each quadrant of the matrix, yung unsolved matrix. Iba yung BCG Matrix this time naman is the unsolved matrix. So we have the market penetration in the lower left quadrant. It is the safest of the 4 options. Here you can focus on expanding sales of your existing market. You know the product works and the market holds few surprises for you. Yon, that's the first quadrant. And the second is the product development. It is in the lower right quadrant. It is slightly more risky because you are introducing new product into your existing market. So, unlike for market penetration, meron ka ng dating product. So, alam mo na rin kung paano siya may papasok sa isang market. Di ba? Kasi meron na nga siya dun sa ibang market. You just have to penetrate the product. While in product development, from the word development, you have to create another product. And then market development in the upper left quadrant, you are putting an existing product into an entirely new market. You can do this by finding a new use for the product or by adding new features or benefits of it. So market development, this time naman, pwedeng existing yung product mo pero dun lang sa isang market. Pwedeng sa iba, hindi pa siya visible or available sa isang market. So you have to develop a market para dun sa isang product. Wherein, yung last naman natin na nasa quadrant is diversification in the upper right quadrant. It is the riskiest of the 4 options because you are introducing a new, unproven product into an entirely new market that you may not fully understand. So, hindi lang yung product ang bago dito na gagawin mo or i-develop mo. Hindi lang basta product development or market development. This is actually both product and market development. Gagawa ka ng bagong product at bago ring market, diba? So, yun. Medyo mahirap yan kasi introduce mo yung product sa isang entirely new market na hindi mo naman masyadong naiintindihan. Okay, ano naman yung tinatawag natin na value chain? A value chain is a business model describes the full range of activities needed to create a product or service. So, for companies that produce goods, a value chain comprises the steps that involve bringing a product from conception to distribution and everything in between, such as procuring raw materials, manufacturing functions, and marketing activities. So basically, pag sinabi natin value chain, this is about bringing the product to the market. The steps that you have to undergo before you will be able to bring the product to the market, from the raw materials, dun sa production, and then dun sa distribution, dun sa market, sa end user, and everything. Lahat ng mga activities na yon, these are part of the steps in the value chain. And speaking of value chain, meron din tayong tinatawag na value chain analysis. Hindi lang siya basta ginawa or basta in-execute. A company conducts a value chain analysis by evaluating the detailed procedures involved in each step of its business. The purpose of a value chain analysis is to increase production efficiency so that the company can deliver maximum value for the least possible cost. So, bawat steps na ina-undergo sa isang value chain, it has to be evaluated by the company or the business or the organization in order for them to be able to deliver the maximum value of the product to the end users especially. Pero why do we need to understand value chain? Because of ever-increasing competition for unbeatable prices, exceptional products, and customer loyalty, companies must continually examine the value they create in order to retain their competitive advantage. A value chain can help a company to discern areas of its business that are inefficient, then implement strategies that will optimize its procedures for maximum efficiency and profitability. Kasi kailangan cost-effective din. Aside from you want to bring the product at its maximum value to the customer, kailangan maging cost effective din siya. So that's why we have to understand the value chain, the different steps that the product has to undergo before it reaches the customer. Yon. In addition to ensuring the production mechanics are seamless and efficient, it's critical that business keep customers feeling confident and secure enough to remain loyal. Value chain analysis can help with this, especially in the distribution. Kasi lalo na ngayon na uso ang mga online, baka mamaya pag dinistribute siya, for example sa isang courier, baka pagdating naman doon wala na, hindi na siya na-distribute at its maximum value kasi baka sira-sira na yung product pag dumating doon sa customer. So ang mangyayari, pwedeng mawawala yung loyalty ng isang customer. So it is important for us to understand the value chain. Okay, again, let us try to see, kasi lahat ng mga kina natin is about marketing strategy and everything. Those are the things that we have to consider when we strategize, diba? So we have discussed the BCG Matrix, the Unsolved Matrix, and the importance of value chain. So yung mga yon, ang marketing strategy kasi, it is a long-term, forward-looking approach and an overall game plan of any organization, any business, with the fundamental goal of achieving a sustainable competitive advantage by understanding the needs and wants of customers. Actually, na-discuss na natin kanina to, pero nire-reiterate ko lang that the marketing strategy is not for short term. It is important that we need a long-term plan that is really sustainable. Kasi basically, kapag sinabi natin business, it is really for profit. Strategic planning involves an analysis of the company's strategic initial situation prior the formulation, evaluation, and selection of market-oriented competitive position that contributes to the customers or the company's goal and marketing objectives. Kasi sa strategic plan, hindi lang basta gagawa ka na kaagad ng mga activities in order to achieve your goal. In strategic planning, it is also important to know the situation of the organization. May kakayanan ba? Okay ba yung organization natin? Okay ba yung ating mga tauhan and everything? It has to be inspected first before you continue with the formulation of the activities that you need to undertake in order for you to achieve the goal, yung mga ganon. So, that is marketing strategy. In marketing strategy, one important thing that you have to consider is about market segmentation. Ang market segmentation is a process of dividing a heterogeneous market into relatively more homogeneous segments based on certain parameters like geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral. So, halimbawa, itong buong market, for example, sa Lagawe na lang, isang malaking market yan, kailangan mong i-divide yung different markets na yan based sa geographic location. Kasi kung geographic, it may be in terms of country, city, density, language, climate, area, and its population. O kung sa Lagawe ang atin ng natin, kung ito try natin i-market yan, i-segment yan based on its geographic location, siguro pwedeng population west, population east, ano pa ba yung mga barangay dito? May pwedeng by barangay, halimbawa. So that is geographic. Number two, or second way of segmenting a market is demographic, maybe in terms of age, gender, income, education, social status, family, life stage, and occupation. So pwedeng iwala sa lalaki, ito ang market mo ng lalaki, ito ang market mo ng babae, ito yung product mo para sa lalaki, ito ang babae, o para sa bata, sa matanda, sa mga teenager, etc. What about number 3 or third way of segmenting a market is the psychographic. Psychographic may be in terms of lifestyle, activity, opinion, interest, concerns, personality, values, and attitudes. It will be based on the attitude of a person towards a certain product, for example, or pwedeng may kaartehan, yung mga ganyan. So, ito yung mga maarte, dito yung hindi masyadong maarte, or ito yung masyadong conscious sa brand, yung mga ganon. So, yung mga signature, mga ganyan. And then, these behavioral benefits out, purchase, usage, intent, occasion, buyer stage, user status, life cycle stage, and engagement. So, pwede natin siyang i-segment based on behavior. Halimbawa is, ang isang tao is masyado siya nakafocus doon sa benefit na makukuha niya. So halimbawa about sa masyado niya titignan yung mga content, halimbawa ng isang product, conscious siya sa pangatawan niya, so titignan niya yung nutrition content, no? Yung mga ganon, kung ano yung mga benefit na makukuha niya, or kung paano ginagamit, pwedeng in terms how it is being used, pwede natin i-segment yung market sa pamamaraan nun. Okay, so that would be market segmentation. Basically, it's about segmenting or dividing a market into a smaller market. Yeah. Into smaller markets. Yeah. Next thing that we need to consider, or one factor that we need to consider in marketing strategy, we have marketing targeting, or market targeting should I say. Market targeting is a process of selecting the target market from the entire market. Target markets consist of group or groups of buyers to whom the company wants to satisfy or for whom product is manufactured. Price is set, promotion efforts are made, and distribution network is prepared. So, market targeting, di ba napag-usapan natin kanina, we have mentioned about market segmentation. It's about dividing the market into different markets. So, for example, di-divide natin based on gender, for example, lalaki, babae. So, alin doon, anong ita-target natin? So, mamimili ka lang from those different segmented markets kung alin yung ita-target mo. Kung pang-lalaki lang ba or pang-babae lang. So that's the simple explanation of market targeting. It's basically about choosing a certain market that you need to target na wherein you want to sell your product. Yun. And another thing is market positioning. In marketing and business strategy, market position refers to the consumer's perception of a brand or product in relation to competing brands or products. Market positioning refers to the process of establishing the image or identity of a brand or product so that consumers perceive it in a certain way. Market positioning. Ang market positioning is how you want your product be remembered by your customer. So, ano yung gusto mong i-portray ng image dun sa iyong customer? 2 days ago, nag-celebrate kami ng Teacher's Day dun sa Pedros, dito sa Lagawe. So, we were discussing about yung sa Pedros, walang rice and everything. Nagkakamay, mga ganyan. So that's one way of market positioning. You want your customer to remember na yung product mo or yung ino-offer mo na service is, for example, sa Pedros is no rice. This is for people who do not eat rice. Pwedeng ganon kasi ang image mo. Or para ito dun sa mga nagkakamay, ganyan. So, kabaliktaran naman ang pinoposition din ng Mang Inasal. Kasi sa Mang Inasal naman, only rice naman. So, yung sinasabi nating market positioning, kung ano yung gusto mong maalala ng customer about dun sa product na binebenta mo. So, yun. Para ma-retain siya sa utak ng isang customer. That is market positioning. And now, ito na yung isa sa pinakasikat sa isang business is the SWOT analysis. Or diba, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. That is SWOT. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so, a SWOT analysis is a technique for assessing these 4 aspects of your business. So you can use SWOT analysis to make the most of what you've got to your organization's best advantage. And you can reduce the chances of failure by understanding what you are lacking and eliminating hazards that would otherwise catch you unawares. So better still, you can start to craft a strategy that distinguishes you from your competitors and so compete successfully in your market. Strengths are things that your organization does particularly well, yung kung saan malakas ang iyong organization, or in a way that distinguishes you from your competitors. Think about the advantages your organization has over the other organizations. Ano ba yung advantage mo from the other organization? This might be the motivation of your staff, access to certain materials, or a strong set of manufacturing processes. Pwedeng sa staff, kasi pag sinabi rin natin strength, these are internal factors, yung lakas mismo ng organization mo. Hindi yung lumalakas yung organization mo because of external factors. So, These are internal factors. For example, maybe you have skilled or magagaling na mga empleyado. Those are that is an example of strength. Now, it's time to consider your organization's weakness. Siyempre, kung may strength, may weakness din. Be honest, a SWOT analysis will only be valuable if you gather all the information you need. So, hindi naman pwedeng yung strength mo lang ang gusto mong kunin, siyempre. So, it's best to be realistic now and face unpleasant truth as soon as possible. So, kailangan i-accept mo rin kung ano yung kahinaan ng iyong organization. Weaknesses like strength, katulad ng strength, are inherent features of your organization. So, focus on your people, resources, systems, and procedures. Think about what you could improve, the sorts of practices you should avoid. So, like strength, ito rin ay mga internal factors. So, kanina, in-identify natin pwedeng resources mo, yung tao mo, yung systems, and procedures. So, yung people, maybe, baka naman mahina yung mga hinar mo na empleyado, baka puro naman kamag-anak mo, something like that. So, you should know kung sino yung mga talented, mga skilled na talaga na workers mo na mag-fit talaga dun sa kanilang job description para naman maging strength siya. Kasi otherwise, nagiging weakness siya. Ang opportunities naman is, these are external factors. Kung baga nagkakaroon ka ng opportunity, ang isang, halimbawa, ang tinitinda mo is gamot, for example, or vitamin C, o biglang nagkaroon ng pandemic, di ba? So, minsan kinoconsider mo yan ng threat kasi nga pandemic siya sa mga tao, pero it becomes an opportunity in your organization because halos lahat ng tao kailangan ng vitamin C so that lumakas ang kanilang immune system at hindi sila mahawa ng COVID. So, that is an opportunity kasi external factor yan, hindi yan nanggaling mismo sa iyong organization. So, yun. What about the threats? Ang threats naman include anything that can negatively affect your business from the outside, such as supply chain problems, shifts in market requirements, or a shortage of recruits. It's vital to anticipate threats and to take action against them before you become a victim of them and your growth stalls. Yan yung problema natin. So, kung yung iba, halimbawa kung ikaw ay isang kung essential products ang yung binibenta like medicine for example, of course that's going to be an opportunity kapag ganitong may COVID tayo. Pero for some businesses, this is going to be a threat. External factors siya, threat yan kasi pwedeng mag-close, especially kapag hindi essential product yung binibenta mo, pwedeng mag-close yung iyong business. So, kaya nga ang dami ng negosyo na nagsara at bumagsak because of this pandemic. These are threats. These are external factors. This is beyond the control of your organization. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na micro and macro environment. When we say micro environment, these are the internal factors that may affect the operation of business. Ibig sabihin, ito ay within the organization. Wherein macro environments, these are external factors that may could influence the operation, influence negatively the operation of the business. So yun, yung threats and opportunities, these are external factors. Internal factors are strengths and weaknesses. So guys, basically those are the things that we need to discuss, that we have discussed actually in marketing strategy. Okay? For your activity for this topic, this is going to be an application of the concept. So, ang gagawin natin since we were talking about the SWOT analysis, the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. So, ang gagawin mo is you have to create your own business. Gagawa ka ng sarili mong business and then you have to formulate or construct a SWOT analysis of your business, and then you have to develop objectives and create a marketing strategy for a business of your choice. So yan ang magiging activity nyo for this topic. So again, if you have questions, you just have to comment on the comment section of this video, and then para masagot natin para sa clarification ng lahat. And you may submit also your activities at the comment section. Okay? So again, guys, thank you and God bless everyone.